Today we're leaving Orlando and heading to Florida's largest state park, Fakahatchee Strand Preserve State Park, just east of Naples and west of the Big Cypress. On this trip, my brother Mike is joining me on what native Floridians would consider the worst possible time of year to travel to the Fakahatchee. For those of you who have followed the channel for a while, you know I've been to the Fakahatchee to search for the elusive and highly endangered Florida Panther a number of times. The eastern cougar has been extinct throughout the eastern United States since 2011. The Florida Panther, a cousin, is the last remaining subspecies of the eastern cougar, and it can be seen rarely in the southwest portion of Florida. 4.5 hours after leaving Orlando, I arrive in Everglades City to check in at the captain's table, the hotel for the night. Then I head to the main entrance of the park to meet my brother. But first it's time to top off the tank at Circle K. And believe it or not, the price was about the same as it was in Orlando when I left. As I arrive at the park, I make a fast stop and pay the Iron Ranger, a $3 entrance pass. That's for the whole day. Then I pull over, wait for my brother who's on his way from Florida's southeast coast. Okay, we're here probably in the worst time of year to visit Fakahatchee Strand Preserve State Park. Mosquitoes and intense heat. It is July 7th, and we have driven here. I have driven here in the van, and we intend to try and find and locate a Florida Panther. How are we going to do that? We're going to sit all day in a blind, 90-degree heat, rain, in a swamp. And we're going to bring you that. If you like that idea, no reason you shouldn't, please like and subscribe and share the video. We're going to head out there tomorrow morning, but this is just a quick synopsis of what you're about to see. Anyway, this is Wild Journeys. Thanks, and thanks for joining us. Something down there right now.
I think it's on the...
So my brother and I are in the Fakahatchee. It's the night before we're setting up. We think we found a spot on this extension. It's going to be far enough out, and where we have the spot set up, you can probably see at least 2/10 of a mile each way, and things are still a little dry, but this might be the spot. So we've already seen several deer and a lot of turkey. Considering panther enjoy both of those, all throughout the year, not just Thanksgiving. You may have found the spot. Once Mike and I decided we'd found a great place to put the blind, we left the park and hit State Road 29. State Road 29, sadly, is where a lot of Florida Panthers are struck by vehicles. And just by watching this short portion of our video, you'll see why. The speeds are very, very high. People really don't pay attention to the posted limits of 55 or 60 miles an hour, and at nighttime 45 miles an hour. Instead, they choose to fly. And it's very unfortunate because a lot of the Panthers in the area are hit by cars annually. What's your bill? We spent about 30 minutes on the side of State Road 29 waiting for a Panther, and we saw nothing, which in itself is not a bad thing. So we decided we'd head back to Everglades City and grab a bite at Island Cafe, which is really one of the few options in Everglades City other than the Circle K. Once we closed that place out, we went back to the hotel, got some rest, and got ready for the next day.
That's the one we're taking. We're not taking this. Good luck.
So we had some good times, and Mike decided that he would go ahead and pay the entry fee. Again, $3 for the entire day at Fakahatchee Strand Preserve State Park. I went ahead and pulled over, waited for Mike to get back into the van, and then we decided we would drive into the park. From here, it's a little over 6 miles to the rear gate where traffic is not allowed. And at that point, we were going to get on our bikes and haul our gear out about 1.8 miles to the location of the blind that we found the previous day. Along the way, I noticed a musk turtle, and so I stopped and got him out of the way. So the road is 6 miles from the entrance to the point where vehicles are not allowed. And the road can be extremely hazardous to your running gear. If you're in a car during certain portions of the year, I don't even think the road is passable. Of course, the van has a higher clearance, and I did about 10 miles per hour all the way through. Literally 6 miles of travel. And it was bumpy, but it wasn't bad. I've seen this road so bad that I could barely get through in the van. Now keep in mind, if you ever get out on this road, it is a former railway. It's called a tram, and the railway was used to remove lumber from this area during the 40s, 50s, and 60s. So it's an elevated levee, basically, that's about 6 miles long, and there's tons of wildlife, including Florida Panthers and something called the Everglades mink, which is very, very rare. So the bottom line is, keep your eyes open and be careful. You don't want to hit an animal. Stay to the speed limit. It is 10 miles an hour. And also be courteous to other traffic that's coming the opposite way. I'm going to start. No. I think I'll be all right. I'm just gonna have to gear it.
I keep looking up and back, man.
Just remember,
You got a heavy fucking thing going.
I'm not gonna be able to stop
I was gonna say,
quickly.
Use your feet to stop.
Oh, one more thing. I'll put this.
Fucking there.
All right.
You got a real high gear, right?
Yeah. I'm gonna have to go on your side, I think. Just it's easier. Huh? You should stay behind me to make sure nothing drops off, I think. Yeah, that was good.
Alright, let me know when you want to switch.
I'm good.
Ride smooth.
Yeah. Whatever you think, wherever we decided. I can't remember. You want to ride up and see?
Well, I see where the other one could be, but I think this is it.
I thought it was that one up there.
Yeah, but you had the bulk of it on this side, remember? There's nothing up there that's on this side.
Okay, I remembered it the opposite way,
Oh.
but that's fine.
You drug it past.
Yeah, this is it. These are the trees.
Oh yeah. This fucking bug.
Okay. Holy crap. Well, the good news is one of the park rangers came by and said we were set up okay, and he was able to get his vehicle by. So we are just hanging right now. We've seen, what, 3 bears, deer, turkey, rabbit, which is good if you're up on the python news. We've got an array of camera equipment, lenses, and patience. It's hot as hell. The bugs aren't so bad though, but it's hot. Shoot. It's been here 2 hours. We've seen 3 bears, some turkey. Unfortunately, the bear we saw behind us when we were riding in, and then we saw 2 bear that way. But we were setting up, and nothing was really ready. But this little blind is great. It's really working out real well. We're already talking about coming back in September to revisit this place. Tons of wildlife here, and so we're just waiting. And it's really amazing. Nothing really realizes we're here, except the park ranger that came by. But he was totally cool. No problem at all. We were a little worried about setting up, but he was fine. He knew exactly what we were doing. Although he thought we were looking for Everglades mink, we told him panther. So it's still a little dry out here. Unfortunately, Les will be using these old tram roads in the middle of the swamp to move around. But this is a good first run. We'll probably, like I said, come back in September. But we're not done yet. We've got probably 5 hours ahead of us. We're hoping around, 1 or 2 it rains. And then 5:30 to 7. Hopefully that'll be like the golden hour and everything will come out at that time. Been probably 3 hours since shot some video. It is about, what time is it? 3:45. So we're hoping we get another round of animal sightings. We've seen bear all day. We're up to 6 bear, turkey, deer from this location. No bobcat, no panther. But so far it's proving to be fruitful. It's been really, really moist, like humid. and we're having some issues with just trying to keep our equipment dry, and our lenses from fogging, but doing pretty well. The blind has actually done really well. Oh, there.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, wait to the right. It's right in the middle. Oh, you still got him right now? Yeah. Oh, I thought that was his feet. Are there two? No. All right. Number 7 for the day. Yeah, he's eating something. Do you mind if I try my camera? Up.
So unfortunately for us, we had to end the day, and we did not find a panther. We did not see a bobcat, which normally we see. We packed up and we headed out the 6 miles to the front gate and tried to observe everything we could and look for Everglades mink, but it was just a little late. We were exhausted. We were soaked to the bone, and all we really wanted to do was get in the shower and plan our next trip. So I say goodbye to you, and we will see you again. Until then, it's back on the highway and back to Orlando.